All right, so welcome back to another video, which will be the last video for the year of 2025. So I figured I could do a small recap of the trading week, past few days, and what's coming next for 2026. So we started the account with the 100K challenge account, the swing account on December 5th. We did a couple bad trades there, went all the way back up, going back down, was able to go back to neutral, and on and on. Closed the week last week on the 23rd at 99.5. And for some reason this week I decided to trade. And well, as you can see from the chart, it did not go as planned, which was expected in a certain way. So yeah, minimum trading days 4, we're at 16 days. Da-da-da-dum. So if we go to our calendar, so like I said, pretty much I decided to close last week on the 23rd because I knew during the holidays there wouldn't be enough volatility, and like the market, the behavior, the dynamic of the market is not the same, in those days. Uh, you know, for holidays, the market dynamic is not the same. So I figured, let's be cautious here. Let's secure our gains. Let's secure our profit, and we'll come back next year, right? So that's why I closed on the 23rd here with a 2.8K. Great day. Was actually, when you look at it, it's actually my best trading day. So which is great. Christmas happened and all that, and then this week, for some reason, I don't know. I got too tempted to trade, so I traded on the 29th, on the 30th, and the 31st. Uh, and I don't know why. I don't know why I decided to trade, because there's a reason why I closed all my trades on 23rd due to market volatility, which would be reduced. And I know it wouldn't come back until like after New Year. So third, fourth, Monday, fifth, right? But for some reason, I decided to trade on Monday, decided to trade on Tuesday, decided to trade on Wednesday, and what do you know? Lost 3 days in a row, simply because the market is not the same. It doesn't behave the same way. A lot of it is because of, like I said, not enough volatility, not enough players on the market, or irregular players in the market. So it doesn't, like it doesn't move as it would. We can see on the 29th. Let's see what happened there. I don't even know. Um, Silver. Yeah. So that trade, that was not my best trade. Basically what happened is, I don't know if it will. It's not gonna show. Okay. It's not gonna show after previously from that, but basically silver made a huge bump here from previous week, and on Monday, and then like it it dropped. I'm assuming this was all take profit, all the people who took profit, and then slowly like try to resume its, its momentum. But how can you resume momentum when everyone is, has either taken profit or there's not enough players in the market, right? So I figured out it broke this level here. Maybe, we could try for a buy, right? Did not work. So that was a failed entry right there. And and you can see from the trade duration that was a 3-hour trade. Just dropped from start to finish. Never had a chance there. 2 hours and 30 minutes, yeah. So we lost $1,000 there, which was really which kind of sucked. Let me open up that chart with maybe I can find. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to find a chart so I can show what actually happened. All right. So here's the chart. Silver, and yeah. So basically, you can see here that was on 28. Friday was 26, 27, 28 is Sunday. So 26 was around here. So we got 26, which is Friday. So that's Thursday, Friday, and then Friday is shot all the way up. Then you got the weekend, and then the price dip. So then I figured, well, maybe 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 we can resume the momentum right here. And what time did I get in on this trade? 5:30. And so yeah, so it dropped. And then I thought that maybe we could maybe there was a possibility here to, around here to get to join the momentum back to the top here. Did not happen. We can see that it just completely dropped since then. So if we go back on that 15-minute chart, which is the same, let's go 30-minute chart. Gonna zoom out a little bit. So we can see that it never really resumed its momentum. It just completely dropped. It will probably resume next year, first or second week of January, because if you look at the daily, I mean, since June it's been going up, right? And the only reason why it went down really is because of holidays and people are taking, profit taking. So that was for that trade. So minus $1,000 there. Tuesday, what do we have? US cash. So the US cash, what happened there? Let's see. So US cash was looking for a sell trade here. It went so I was looking for a sell trade, and then it went above my stop loss here. Maybe I should have added like a few more points, because right after that it went all the way down, and actually you can see that it's going all the way down again, even further. So if I do XAU USD, you can probably find chart. So if we go with the chart here, I'm gonna do at that 1 hour. Not around here, more the 4-hour chart. So where did I buy? What time? What time did I buy? Oh, this US 500. Oops. All right. So US 500. Let's do 30 minutes here. Maybe even 1 hour. Not easy trying to see where I was. So it must have been, I think it must have been here, around this area. Yeah, so anyways, I can't pinpoint exactly, but probably here. So I took a sell here. Price went back up right here. It touched our stop loss, and then it dipped as I thought it would go, but because it hit a stop loss, that was a missed trade. So unfortunate, but it happens. Euro was going for a sell. What happened to Euro? Euro versus Australian. So I went for a sell, and what did the price do? It basically went in a range trading. So now, not a lot you can do on that. If you look at the chart, I'm going to look at the 1 hour. We're going to look at the 1 hour time frame, and we went, took the trade 75362. So 75362. So probably around here. In these level here. So took a sell. It went for a buy. Are we looking for a double top here? Maybe. Or if you look on the 4-hour, are we at the double bottom here? But anyways, that's a done trade. Trade was done. It was a loss. Got to get over with. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. So Wednesday, okay, Wednesday I didn't actually trade. It shows a minus 600. Wednesday I didn't actually trade. So today I didn't actually trade. I just closed profit. Not profit, but the ongoing unrealized P&L. So again, what price? 777.55. So if you go back to our silver, it's a silver, it's a silver trade again. If we go back to our silver chart, we said 7775. So if you look at our 30-minute chart, we go look at 775. So we bought here. Again, same thing. Figured maybe we could catch the momentum. Wait, was that this one? No, it was more 2h30. My mid. Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. So that was on the 30th again, 777.5. Around 9. So anyway, 775. So it has to be around here. I figured, okay, maybe what time was it? It was on 30th. Yeah, thought maybe 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 it could work out, but same same situation as the first trade. It just went all the way down, not enough volatility, profit taking, and basically I wanted to close a trade so that I can start the year fresh. So I don't have an ongoing trade between 31st of December and then first week of January. Kind of like start the year 2026 like the stats wise, the number wise, start off fresh. So I'm probably going to open a trade first week of January on silver and basically try to regain all that money back to get our until we reach the top again. I mean, if I look at the daily chart, you can see here it's not going down. If you look at the weekly chart, if you go and that's going back all the way in 2023, it's been going up. It's been going up insanely since like past 2 months. So could it drop all the way here or all the way here? Could be. I mean, it could drop all the way here, right? And then like going all the way here and then go back up. We don't know. No one knows. But yeah, so all these trades minus 1,000, minus 500, minus 600. Technically, these were all trades that should have been avoided because I knew the market wouldn't be the same. But I guess that's why I need to work more on my patience skills when it comes to trading. Because if I had stuck at December 23rd, I would be at 99.5 here, so I would have been at the same. And I decided to close it here, so I'm at like 97.5, so minus 2.5%, which to me is reasonable. It gives me enough leverage to recover without like stressing out on like, if how many trades can I lose before I get stopped out, right? And 97.5, I still have enough room to trade and recover. As you can see, it's pretty much like where I usually like cut off, like except for this day because that was like um just bad trading on that day. But you can see that uh at 97.5 at minus 2.5%, that's usually where I accept all my losses. I cut off everything and then I start from scratch. So I try to not get too attached to my trade. So that's usually, like I said, at 97.5, it gives me enough room to start over and like rebuild, which is not the same as if I would be like at 94 or 92K. 94K or 93K, it doesn't leave me enough, like, it might not leave me enough room, like, enough room to have losing trades, and that could possibly affect my trading in a negative way. So when I reached 97.5 or minus 2.5%, that's usually where I cut off all my losses. Um, and I'd rather start the next week fresh, which is basically what happened here. I closed my $600 trade. I didn't even trade. Like that was a trade from yesterday, from Tuesday, but I needed to close my thing. So anyway, so that's for 2025. Um, so 2026, basically, there's not much change that's going to happen. The idea is really to get that first 100K funded. Once I get that first 100K funded, um, I try to be more consistent and use the maybe like the second payout to get a 200K account, and then here on then it's business as usual. There's one thing I need to focus on is to be more consistent with my strategy and not having days where I decide to take a trade more on emotion or how I'm feeling that day or how I think the market's gonna go, rather than sticking to my strategy and be like, okay, like 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 this is a good setup. Like let's take it. If it wins, it win. If it lose, it lose. But like that the setup, is a profitable setup in the long term, in the long run. So take it, right? So that will help me to be more consistent and remove any like emotion when it comes to like having a loss. Right now, I don't, it's not too bad because like I said, most of the trades that I take, um, I'm risking $250, so 0.25% up to 0.5%, because I have my first stop loss, which is $250 for a 1 to 2 risk reward. But depending on the market, sometimes I go for a two risk and two reward, which would be like 1-to-1. But sometimes even if that initial minus $250, you know, that first stop loss, let's say hits, I might let it go up to minus 500, depending on if we're near a previous like low, previous day low, previous like support and resistance, because sometimes that first stop loss hunt, sometimes there's like another one just to really make sure that everyone is, it's taken out before going the initial direction. So if that first stop loss, if that first stop loss hit and it's like very near a support and a previous support and resistance, previous day low or swing low, swing high, I might go to minus 500, which technically would be either 0.25% or 0.5% risk, with a target of $500, so 0.5. So that's why the sticking at closing all my trades at 97.5 or minus 2.5%, for me it works. Of course, it's taking me longer to pass a challenge and evaluation, for a funded account, but it gives me enough room so that, I can afford to lose a few trades in a row, um, without having to buy another funded account just because, the negative variance, took me out, right? Because like I said, if you risk 1%, you can only have like 10 trades to, before you get before you lose the account. And if you lose if you risk, but using the 1% risk, you need 10 trades lost, but you don't know when these losses will happen, right? So you can have seven losses in a row, and then you get one winning trade, and then you continue to have another like 3 or 4 or 5 trades loss. Even if the long term the setup is profitable, you don't know the variance that will happen. So if you lose 7, you win 1, and then you lose like another 4, you just lost the account. So at 0.5%, you have 20 trades, which you can lose in a row. Which I think, I think 0.5% is more acceptable. But for me, I'd rather use 0.25% because I want to treat the challenge account and the evaluation account as if it was a real account, so that when I go live, when I actually pass for the 100K, and I have an account that I'm eligible for payouts, then I'm not changing strategy. The psychology behind stays the same. The emotion, the emotion that goes into trading stays the same, rather than switching from, uh, rather than switching from 0.5%, 0.25, or 1%. You're shifting your risk, so it has an impact on your emotions when it comes to trading. So 0.25% might be very conservative. I think most people would go with probably 1% or 0.5. But you gotta realize that 0.25% at 100K, it's still like $250. And if you're doing a 1 to 2 risk reward, if you win a trade, that's $500, right? So if you win, so I mean, like if you win 2 trades a week, or even if you win 1 trade a week, $500 a week, that's $2,000 a month, right? So it's still good money, right? Um, so for me, that's my approach. It's a more conservative, but it allows me room for errors. It allows me to, not be too emotionally invested. It allows me to make some errors without, buying another 100K account, every 2 weeks until it eventually pays off, right? So, so that's for 2025. Um, I think 2026 um, will be a pretty good year. I'm very confident that by February, March, I'm very confident that I will have the 100K account. I'll be eligible for payout for the 100K account. By June, July, if all goes well, hopefully I can add a 200K account, so 300K funded, and then after that we'll see. So that's my plan for the next 6 months. Get the 100K funded and get the 200K funded for a total of 300K. And if you think about it, 300K funded at, you know, uh, if 100K 0.5% win is 500. If you have a 300K, it's 0.05 times 300. No, that can't be right. So let's say with 100,000 at 0.5%, that's $500. That's $500. So that's $2,000 a month if you win 1 trade per week, right? 500 will give you $2,000 per month for 100K. So that means if you have 200K, 0.5% will be $1,000. And so per month you'll have $4,000. So if you combine them, that's $6,000 a month. So with 300K funded, if you win 1 trade a week at 0.5% reward, that makes up to $6,000 per month, which is, that can be a huge step up and lead to full-time trading, right? When you make 6,000, when you can make $6,000 a month off trading, winning like 1 trade a week, so 4 winning trades a month, and you make 6,000. To me, that's a pretty good deal. So we'll see what happens. I really do think that 2026 will be a great year. And yeah, that pretty much it. That's pretty much it.